Why does no one outside of Japan know about Sanrio's kawaii hamster? Is it true that he's adopted and doesn't have a birthday? Also, what's the deal with him being unmarried but having tons of kids? Hi friends, my name is Amber and I'm so obsessed with all things kawaii that I literally moved across the world to Japan to study Japanese just so I can learn everything there is to know about all my favorite characters. And I share what I learned here with you guys. Let's get into today's deep dive. Alright, let's start with the basics. Corocorokuririn, or Kuririn for short, is a tiny golden hamster with big eyes and an even bigger personality. He's a little shy, but don't let that fool you. Corocorokuririn is a mischievous rascal who loves to collect things around the house to build his own playhouse, so if you're missing something small, it's probably him. Corocorokuririn loves cherry blossoms and his hat, which he is often wearing. He also loves chewing on almost anything, and his favorite snacks are cookies and sunflower seeds. Classic hamster. Be careful though, because tulips, daffodils, and roses are actually poisonous to Kuririn, just like all hamsters. Kuririn also doesn't like onions, garlic, milk, and human sweets besides cookies, of course. This character made his debut in 1997, and he has one of probably the most interesting character backstories out of all the Sanrio characters, but we'll get into that a bit later. So in the 90s, hamsters were a huge pet trend in Japan. And Koji Ito, a designer at Sanrio who created Pochako and Peckle, decided to bring two hamsters into the Sanrio office one day. These hamsters were there in a while. They became kind of like the office pet, and they had babies together, like tons of babies. So suddenly the Sanrio office was full of squeaky little hamsters. So cute. The original two hamsters became the inspiration for Corocorokuririn and his girlfriend Sakura. So yeah, just being that hamsters were popular pets at the time, Sanrio took it as an opportunity to create a kawaii hamster character. But I think this is the only Sanrio character that is based off of a real animal that was in the Sanrio office. Must have been a great time. Corocorokuririn. Corocorokuririn. Oh, this name is such a mouthful. So what does Corocorokuririn's name actually mean? Well, the Korokoro part of his name comes from the Japanese word korokoro, which just means something small or round, which makes perfect sense if you think of a small hamster sleeping in a small ball shape. And the kuririn part of his name comes from the Japanese word kuri, which means chestnut, because Corocorokuririn's eyes are as big as chestnuts. How cute. And here's a fun fact, even though he has big round chestnut eyes, Corocorokuririn actually has poor eyesight, so he really can't see that well. These hamsters would drink it like this, right? Corocorokuririn celebrates his birthday on February 4th, but it's not actually his real birthday. He doesn't exactly know his real birthday. February 4th is actually the day he was adopted by his human girl owner, so that's his kind of gotcha day, but he celebrates it as his birthday. He was adopted together with his girlfriend Sakura, so they actually have the same birthday or gotcha day. Now let's talk about Corocorokuririn's massive friend circle. And when I say massive, I mean massive. He just might have the most friends out of any Sanrio character. Actually, I think I might have to go back to the studio to list all these friends because it's overwhelming. So an interesting thing about our friend Corocorokuririn is that he is really popular. And I don't mean popular like in the Sanrio character ranking polls. I mean how many friends he has. He has more friends than any other Sanrio character. I think there are 77 in total. But let's talk about the main people in his life. Starting first with his girlfriend Sakura, who loves eggplant. Then there's the eldest, Chibi Pretty, who looks just like his dad. Komachi, who's obsessed with running. Cherry, who loves cherries. Shingo, the biggest troublemaker of the bunch. And Cha-Cha, the youngest and most athletic. So yes, Corocorokuririn and Sakura have a ton of kids together despite being unmarried. Very interesting for a Sanrio character backstory, but makes sense when you think of the two hamsters in the Sanrio office who had tons of kids together. So yeah, I guess these characters are based on real-life hamsters. And what about the rest of Corocorokuririn's friends? Like I said before, he has 77 of them, which is crazy. I can barely keep track of 3 friends. He has 77. He must be such a nice guy. I'm gonna see if I could list off these friends as fast as I possibly can. Hansbook Leonardo III, Joe Perufumu Shima-chan, Michael Elder Rain, Mogu-chan Tough Genki, Arashimu-chan Pocket Time, Speedy Circus, Catch Choki, Mosako Vic, Butch Scoop Coop, Naki Nen, Nene, Ai-chan, Terry-chan, Marilyn, Choco, Maro, Nico-chan, Prima, Bebe, Lily, Ring Ring, Teriko, Elizabeth, Fuku-chan, Moose, Ange, Jeannie, Moko-chan, Hope, Tech, Mike, Miko, Pinto, Heart, Pan-chan, Jean, Gar, An, Hamuchi, Star, Bean, Mash, Kinako, Ohagi, Tomo-chan, Danzi, Boss, Prince, Koge, Maru, Bell, Rorobo, Bororo, Roroko, Curly, Pune, Chan, Han, and Pearl. Oh, sorry. I got excited for a minute. Oh my god. Too many friends. Did you count that? Was that 77? Let me know if I missed one in the comments. You guys, how cute is this sweater with this hood? It is huge though. I think it's just like for wearing around your house. I don't think anyone would wear this outside, but here I am putting it on the internet. So, Corocorokuririn was pretty popular back in the late 90s. In 1999, he even placed in 6th place. That's in the top 10, which is a big deal considering the Sanrio characters are competing with 90 other characters in this contest. If you don't know the contest I'm talking about, by the way, it's the Sanrio character ranking contest, and it happens every year where fans all over the world vote for their favorite Sanrio character. By the way, if you're surprised to hear that there are 90 plus Sanrio characters, you might be interested in the video I'm making on all 450 plus Sanrio characters. Yes, there have been a lot of them throughout history. Make sure not to miss out on that because we're covering all of them. So one of the main reasons why this character became so popular so quickly was probably because of the manga style blog called Kuririn's Diary, which featured the hamsters in the Sanrio office. The manga was a mix of the real hamsters and then the cartoon Kuririn. After the early 2000s, Corocorokuririn kind of disappeared for a bit until Sanrio suddenly dropped a bunch of Corocorokuririn merch in 2018, out of nowhere. And yes, people went crazy for this merch, causing a spike in our beloved hamster's popularity. So yeah, before this he had dropped really low in the popularity rankings, but after he continued to rise, even getting 19th place in the 2024 ranking. So yeah, he's back up to the top 20. Recently there's been a bit of a retro craze in Japan, so a lot of the old characters are becoming more popular again, including Corocorokuririn. There are other ones too, like Tuxedo Sam, Kuropi. Really, all of the old ones are gaining popularity again. Who is your favorite retro Sanrio character? Personally, mine is Usahana, the Rainbow Bunny. If you let me know yours in the comments below, you'll be automatically entered to win one of these exclusive Blippo lunchboxes. Perfect for hiding away all of your cookies from Corocorokuririn, because he will eat your cookies. Despite his popularity, Corocorokuririn never got his own anime. He did, however, star in a few episodes of Hello Kitty's anime. There are some shorts like Corocorokuririn Country Mouse, City Mouse, and Corocorokuririn Flame Diet. If you want to see Corocorokuririn in real life, you can sometimes catch him at Sanrio's theme parks in Japan, Pure Land and Harmony Land. Pure Land is the one we're at right now. You can also catch him doing a few anime collabs like the one he did with Ojamajo Doremi, and even the famous Jujutsu Kaisen. He's also been in games like Puzzles and Dragons and an app called Hello Sweet Days. He also occasionally teams up with other kawaii characters like Pom Pom Purin, Mofu-san, and another kawaii hamster, Shikawa, who actually may or may not be a hamster. So if you want to know what that's all about, make sure to check out the next video. Bye! And if you want to eat, don't eat this hamster.